Hello and welcome to our final Dux-Soup webinar of 2020. You'll notice today we're actually sharing some webcams, so hopefully it's nice to see, for you to see who is here from the Dux-Soup team today. First of all, let me introduce myself and the team from Dux-Soup. For those who don't know me, my name is Giles Garnett. I'm Head of Professional Services here at Dux-Soup. I present the product-related webinars for Dux-Soup, as well as running many of the user calls, the booster technical and support calls. Joining us later on will be Gillian Sefton-Jenkins from our marketing team. And as always, we have Jin, the Head of Customer Support, and she will be monitoring the chat and the questions for you all. We're delighted that you've been able to make time to join us for today's webinar, during which we'll have a look back at what has been going on in the world of Dux-Soup over the last 12 months. And we'll have a brief look at a new feature that's been recently released. And we'll also have a year-ending quiz, during which you'll have the chance to win some Dux-themed prizes. And then we'll be joined by a special guest, but more of that later. Right, so on with what we're going to be covering. As I say, we'll have a year review, then a quiz, and then our guest a little bit later on. Our 2020 highlights. We have quite a few innovations this year. And one of the biggest changes that we've made is the introduction of the new Dux-Dash environment, which gives you the user a much improved level of visibility as to what activities Dux has been doing for you, etc., etc. We've also had our Pipedrive integration release. We'll be talking briefly about some other integrations and some templates. I'll also refer to our affiliate program and our refer a friend program that have been released this year as well. So in the last week or two, you may have seen that the Dux-Dash environment has had further refinements, and we're particularly excited, therefore, to introduce you to the funnel flow, which is available for Dux-Soup Turbo users. As you can see here, the Dux-Dash is available from the drop-down menu in the bottom right-hand corner. From there, you click on the funnel flow menu, and then you get to see a totally new view of your data. And if I just very quickly swap to a live demo, so I'll click on my Dux-Soup icon, we'll go to the Dux-Dash. That opens me up my new tab, which is the Dux-Dash, which we're very proud of, was released back in June of this year. And here we have the funnel flow. And as you can see here, you get a dynamic view of all your activities over the last 24 hours, this last 7 days, or the last 4 weeks, in fact. And the funnel flow gives you a direct insight into the effectiveness of your lead generation activity. It gives you direct access to your prospects' information and their responses. So if I click on each of these sections, you can see exactly who you've invited, who has accepted your invitations, who you've sent follow-ups to, and in fact, who has responded. You therefore have direct control of the prospects within your funnel. And you can copy the list of prospects to your clipboard using this function here. So we can copy that information to clipboard, and then indeed just paste that into whichever environment we would like it to go. So if I just go there, we can then prove that you can copy and paste that information there, for example, into an Excel spreadsheet or a Google Sheet. As you can also see here, if we click on each of these items, you can go directly to a LinkedIn profile. If I clicked there, that would open that profile in a new tab. And the other thing that you can do is you can see the conversations that you've been having with these individuals. So on the left-hand side here, where the down arrow is, we can then see the conversation that I've had with that individual. And that collates the data from both your standard LinkedIn mailbox and your Sales Navigator mailbox and makes that visible within this particular environment. You also have the option here, you can see you can reflow, qualify in and qualify out your prospects. So you can reflow, i.e. move a prospect back into your automated follow-up flow, and you can mark your prospect as qualified or non-qualified lead. We've extended the Dux-Soup system tags for this feature, and as always, there's appropriate documentation available on the Dux-Soup support pages. We're very, very proud of this new feature, and it's been very warmly received by the users who've experienced it and been investigating it further. Okay, let's head back to our slides. So that was the Dux-Dash and the funnel flow. Big achievement for this year was the release in June 2020, the release of our direct Pipedrive integration with Dux-Soup Turbo. This has given the opportunity for users to drive and monitor their LinkedIn lead generation activities directly from within the Pipedrive environment. Made some small improvements in the ensuing months since its initial release, and we continue to listen to our users with regards how we can make this better. But as you can see here, we have the Dux-Soup connector, which is available in the Pipedrive marketplace. And indeed, from the Dux dash, you can see your CRM connectivity applications there as well. You can add your new contacts through by having auto visit information applied to your Pipedrive environment. You can see invites and messages from within your CRM, and also see new connections and messages in your CRM as well. We move further on. If we look at webhooks, integrations and templates, we've seen some improvements in being able to generate test data for building webhook solutions. So you can now manually trigger sample data. You can also trigger manual checking of the message bridge. So you get a lot more control in when you're trying to build your solutions. The remote control integration with Integromat has made this a true alternative to Zapier for our users. We've also seen an extensive library of Dux-Soup related templates being made available within the Integromat platform. We've also shared with you a few templates and work instructions as to how you can make use of the built-in webhook functionality in Google Sheets. So you can capture data directly from Dux-Soup into that Google Sheets environment without having to use Zapier or Integromat. So that's some more things that we've covered this year. Now, all the way back in February, we launched Dabble, our affiliate program, where you can earn commission on both Pro and Turbo subscriptions. You have recurring commission applied on monthly and annual subscriptions, and that's run through the First Promoter platform. I think, presented a webinar all the way back in February. Well, Jill did. And then in July, during the summer, we launched our Refer a Friend program, and that's available to all users, where you get a fixed amount off your next bill for each and every single referral, with no limit to the number of referrals that you can apply. A few other highlights from the year. The ongoing quest to solve the outstanding invites issue. This was a change that was implemented by LinkedIn, where you could no longer bulk remove pending invites. It's been an ongoing, battle, to find an appropriate solution there. We're getting there, but that's now a built-in functionality and is available to all users. Back in January, we launched free-range Dux-Soup, excuse me, falling over my words, where we have support for browsers including Yandex, Brave, Opera, and Edge. We have the ability to ignore accounts with fewer connections, and that's available to all users through the Actions tab of your Dux-Soup options. We've also run an extensive webinar program this year, covering many different topics, from basic searching and filtering in LinkedIn to direct integrations with Google Sheets and coding in PHP to automate your activities. We've had a varied number of guest speakers providing valuable insight to our users, and we'll be continuing with more in the coming year, revisiting some popular and requested topics which have been updated appropriately, and also providing an insight into any new features we're releasing, and also harnessing the knowledge and experience of our user base by inviting some more guest speakers along the way. And I think we have 1 or 2 return speakers coming as well. That's everything I wanted to cover for now, but I will now hand over to Jill from our marketing team for our end of year quiz.
Great, thank you, Giles. Just do a thumbs up that you can hear me, if that's okay. Yep, that's looking good. All right, so it has been a super busy year, and Giles has done a whistle-stop trip through it. I will say we're actually sponsoring an event this very evening in Amsterdam. It's gone virtual, obviously, with the lockdowns happening all around the globe, but it's really looking back at the year from a startup perspective, and how Dux-Soup has helped startups during these last 12 months and looking into 2021. And I think that just kind of reflects really the busy activity that we've had this year and are looking ahead to in 21. So thanks for that, Giles. All right, now on to the main event. We have got a fun, festive quiz for you. So we've got 7 questions coming up, so it's not too long, and there are prizes for everyone. So Giles, if you could just advance on, and I'll go through the rules of engagement. So how do you play? The question will come up on screen, so there'll be a slide for each question. Put your answer as fast as possible into the questions box. So you've got a questions box available to you. So as if you're asking a question, basically. When you put your answer in, put the question number, e.g. Q1, Q2, Q3, and then the answer. So in this example, I've put Q2 4020. The reason I said as fast as possible is some of you might well get the same answer. If that's the case, then whoever put it fastest, and it's all time stamped, so I can see that at a glance, will win that particular question. So that will all be captured. I'll notify the winners in the coming days and send that out so you can see who won. And then each winner gets a Dux t-shirt. So for every question, we've got a Dux t-shirt on offer. And you can see a little picture there of our head of marketing, Adam, showing the back. And then if you look at me on the screen, you can see the front. So really nice t-shirts that we've got to give away. Okay, so without further ado, let's go to question 1. So question 1, what edition of Dux-Soup can you send automated follow-ups with? So put your answer in the question box, Q1, and then your answer. Okay, I'm just going to wait a second, and we'll go to question 2 in a minute. Okay, let's go to question 2. How many mince pies are eaten in the United Kingdom, the UK, each Christmas? I've pulled the figures for 2019. Obviously, we haven't had 2020 yet. If you could put your answer in, so that's Q2, and then to the nearest million, and it is millions. If you don't know what a mince pie is, there's a picture there, pastry case with mincemeat filling, delicious and very popular. Okay, so we'll just wait a bit there, let the answers come in. Okay, and we'll move on to question 3. Question 3, how many registrations were there for the Dux webinar program in 2020? And that includes this one, to the nearest 1,000. So that gives you a clue that we've had a lot of registrations for our webinars. Another clue to help you is we've run 36 webinars this year, which is a phenomenal amount. I'm sure you'll agree. Okay, to the nearest 1,000. Okay, so when you put that in Q3 and then your answer. All right, let's move on. Question 4. What holiday is celebrated on the 5th and 6th of December in the Netherlands? So this is a holiday, very well known. Obviously, if you're from the Netherlands, you might have an advantage here. A little clue there, some cookies.
They're actually, Jill, they're actually pepernoten. It's a traditional Dutch, slightly gingery biscuit that's eaten at that time of year here.
Lovely. Okay, so put the answer in Q4 and then your answer. Okay, let's move to question 5. And this, you got a little clue on this from Giles earlier. What is the new UI, user interface, launched in June 2020 for Dux-Soup called? I'll give you a clue. It's not funnel flow. we're not that kind. So the new UI launched in June 2020 for Dux-Soup. What was that called, or is that called? You all have access to that if you use the tool. If you've got the turbo tool, then you get the full functionality of that UI. Okay, just wait a minute while the answers come in. Okay, let's move to question 6, the penultimate question. All right, so very pertinent to this answer. Obviously, Dux-Soup is a LinkedIn automation tool. Question 6, how many LinkedIn members are there currently to the nearest million? This is a number that is quoted by LinkedIn. This is where fastest matters. You could Google it, but whoever got there fastest. Okay. All right, Giles, so let's move on to the final question. All right, and this is question 7. And for this question, we have an extra special prize. So we're offering a 3-month free Dux-Soup Turbo trial. So all the bells and whistles of Dux-Soup available in this edition, 3 months free. If you already have Dux-Soup Turbo, then we can arrange for a 3-month credit for you. So really worth having. And the question 7 is, in which country is Dux-Soup headquartered? In which country is Dux-Soup headquartered? So Q7 and then put your answer in. Okay, great. All right, so we are going to stop the quiz there. So any questions that come in after this time, any answers that come in from now won't count, because I'm now going to give you the answers, which I'm sure you want to know. Okay, so I'll just whiz through these. So it's Dux-Soup Turbo that can send automated follow-ups. So if you want to run automated drip campaigns into your LinkedIn connections, then that tool, you can set that up to send up to 5 follow-up messages. The tool will automatically stop when someone responds. So really useful automation to take your lead generation to the next stage. Unbelievably, 781 million mince pies are eaten in the UK each Christmas. Work that out, roughly 15 to 20 per person, a huge amount, very popular. That's the answer to question 2. Question 3, another unbelievable figure when I totted this up. So over 20,000, to be exact, 20,171 registrations for the Dux webinar program in 2020. That's phenomenal, and the growth in that program has been amazing over the last 18 months. The holiday in the Netherlands, the 5th and 6th of December, I'm sure I pronounced this wrong, is Sinterklaas, or St. Nicholas's Eve and Day. So a really big holiday in the Netherlands, I believe bigger than Christmas itself. The new UI, hopefully you all got that, because I think that Giles had talked about it earlier in the webinar, is the Dux Dash. And LinkedIn quote 722 million members. Again, huge growth this year, and particularly a really strong spike in usage of LinkedIn. So obviously there's a lot of people on LinkedIn who don't use it, but that actual usage has really spiked, I guess, during lockdown and with more eyes on screens. And then the big question at the end, where is Dux-Soup headquartered? It's headquartered in the Netherlands. So you might have got a clue from question 4 that that's where Dux is headquartered. I will say it's a very international team, but the actual headquarters is in the Netherlands itself. Okay, and so with that, thanks for participating in the quiz. I will let everyone know the winners, and then I'll be in contact with the winners individually to get your t-shirts out to you, and then arrange the Dux-Soup Turbo trial for the winner of number 7. So I'm now going to very excitedly hand over to a special guest. We have Will van der Sanden, who is the founder of Dux-Soup, who has joined us and I know wants to say a few words before we close out the webinar. So over to you, Will.
Thank you, Jill. And thanks to everyone really for joining the webinar. I hope you had some good answers in there, and winning some prizes. Just obviously looking back at this time of the year, as Giles already showed, we've had a pretty awesome year with lots of new stuff, lots of new users. And yeah, I'm super excited about next year as well. I think we're going to do a lot of really big releases comparable to the dash and the funnel flow. So really looking forward to that. But that's for next year. At the moment, we are just slowing down a little bit, as in the whole world I think is slowing down a little bit with Christmas. So I just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas or and a Happy New Year already. Thanks for being part of the Dux experience. I also want to thank the team. They've done some awesome work with the webinars and and support and everything really. So it's been really good working with everyone. Also the team, best wishes for the new year, or for the Merry Christmas and best wishes. And that's it. That's just what I wanted to say. So in the new year, we'll do a proper look ahead of what we're going to do. But I can tell you, it's going to be really exciting. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Great. I think we're going to Giles now.
Yep. Back to me. Thank you for that, Will. Much appreciated, and thanks to Jill as well for the quiz there. Lots of good answers coming in. I see thick and fast on the chat board there. Thank you once again to everybody. Our first webinar at the beginning of January will be a much requested topic, which we covered I think about 6 or 7 months ago, which was how to manage multiple Dux-Soup and LinkedIn accounts. We'll be revisiting that at the beginning of January. And I know we have a full and extensive webinar program set up after that. I forget what comes after that. Jill, do you remember?
I do. It's end of January. We have staying safe on LinkedIn. Again, a very topical and popular subject. So look out for that as well.
Excellent. All right. Well, it just remains to say, I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and please stay safe during these difficult and challenging times. All the best.